Hey.
We're here on another Monday. Glad you could join us.
Happy Thanksgiving, belated. It's over. I don't know how you say it. Before we talk about the food, how about we talk about what you got to talk about?
Let's get into the newsy stuff.
The newsies.
Wait, I need an anchor voice. Oh, no, they don't do that. Hold on. This is Nadj Nicole reporting live from Good Morning Wilmington. And with the news.
Continue.
COVID updates. As of Saturday, the 28th, from the state of Delaware website, we have 34,000 positive cases with 303 new cases in the last week.
Wow.
I'm losing my news voice. 419,000 people tested, 763 total deaths, which is really sad.
Is that just the state, correct?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's from the state. And you can get more of that information on de.gov/coronavirus for other statistics and information. Mm-hmm. I mean, that in itself, like that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't,
Wait, I'm not done the newsy stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. 95 closures and construction for early 2021. Restore the corridor. That sounds like a really, a newsy news thing. That's so official. That begins in February. And it will be a significant project to
rehabilitate
I-95 through Wilmington, starting at the I-495/I-95 split. I have no idea where that is. And ending north of the I-95 bridge over the Brandywine River. Don't know where that is either. Just north of downtown. I don't know north-south. It's either where the ShopRite is or Market Street.
No, that makes sense. I think
or the mall.
One of the most important things, I think, with that specifically is to kind of know the back roads. And I know that you're still kind of getting acquainted.
I got some, near in Newcastle and everywhere, like those back roads I'm cool with.
Yeah.
This area, no.
You got to learn them, and it's not that difficult.
To.
The thing is, I feel like if I was on air kind of explaining all of these places, that I don't want to give up some of my secrets, because I kind of know how to sneak around and avoid all of that stuff.
Wait, let me finish the newsy stuff.
Yes.
You just be jumping out of your skin. Y'all got to tell him to calm down in these comments, because he trying to steal the show. You always. Oh, that's the end.
So, how was your Thanksgiving?
My Thanksgiving was wonderful.
Nice.
It was within the limits of the restrictions, even though Friday happened and everybody decided, go to the mall and hundreds of people.
So did you see that picture?
I did. Oh, y'all went in on, listen, y'all tagging his Facebook, Governor Carney's Facebook, like he gonna respond.
As well they should have, though.
Y'all Facebook gangsters is a trip. I mean, yes, that was a mess. That was a serious mess. Y'all should not have done that. That's why we have the interweb, okay? But that was pretty bad. I mean,
there was a lot of people out there, and I think that they did fix it the day after and kind of reduce significantly.
There were like 100 people.
Yeah, but I don't want to go on a rant here but it's like the post that was from the Delaware, I think, Restaurant Association, like they had a legitimate gripe. This giant,
I get that.
The little guy.
And there are people who are suffering because they don't have work because of the COVID restrictions. And you go to the mall and it's like,
and you can load up on Chick-fil-A and just act like nothing's going on, right?
Okay.
And again, I'm older. I have older parents and I have kids, so I'm obviously a lot more conservative about
everyone should be concerned, even the people my age, even the people younger, because there are people that I know who are my age. I'm not going to say their names because that's their privacy, but who have gotten COVID and are still suffering from symptoms and issues after, and they've had it months ago. So
this is in your age range.
This is in my age range, and there are people younger than me who have died. So I completely get that y'all are tired. I completely get that y'all, you want to hang out with your friends. It's cuffing season. It's Christmas season. You want to be out and about. You lost your summer. That's all good and gravy. But remember, does you risking your life and someone else's matter more? Like
I totally share your sentiments.
It's so annoying.
But here's the thing. Okay, I'll say this. Like, I saw one of my close friends about a week ago. I think like 2 Saturdays ago. And he's a family guy, and he's a very disciplined person. And as we began to kind of catch up, he as a person who's very controlled, you know, he's a dentist and he runs a great business. Like, he is at his limit. He's tired of it. You know what I mean? He's tired of all the restrictions. My brother, knows, like, it feels like, and I think on one hand, you're hoping that we get sort of towards the end of this when the vaccine comes into play that we don't know who's going to take. But it's like, you gotta look at it like this is, I don't even know if it really is the home stretch, but maybe it's a good time to kind of take on the mindset of, listen, we got to get through this point. We got to get through the holidays, and we just got to kind of hunker down and be strong through this, you know? Because the worst thing you can do is get frustrated and just start acting out, and maybe all those self-care things, and just to remember that this thing is still here, and it's going to be around for a while, so kind of get used to it. It sounds terrible and cold, but that's the reality of it right now. You know?
Gosh.
And we can still be safe with our families, within a close circle. You keep getting tested, you know? An encouraging thing was, did you see all of those huge lines at the testing places?
People,
that was a good line.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was a good, okay. I give you that. I'll trade you.
That's a good trade, right?
Oh, well.
What did you do for Thanksgiving?
My mom cooked.
Cool.
It was phenomenal.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. My favorite thing was probably the ham. It always is the ham.
Have you ever had a honey baked ham? Are they good?
Who are you talking to?
I don't know. I'm serious.
Like,
have you?
Yes. What do you?
So is that, how good is that?
Top tier.
Oh, it is. Okay, I didn't know. I don't know.
Honey glazed, baked, fried, slathered between bread. Like, what?
I mean the specific place, honey.
Oh wait, no. I thought you meant have I had a honey baked ham?
No. There's the honey glazed, honey baked ham store. I think.
Oh, there's. Oh yes. Wait, I think that's where my mom got her ham.
Oh, then it was banging.
Let me tell you something. I was not a lady this Thanksgiving.
You shouldn't be.
I wasn't.
Forget that.
Oh, child. Even my kids ate. They ate like it was nothing. Okay. So Thanksgiving was fabulous. I saw your pictures on Facebook of the mac and cheese that your father-in-law made. It looked good.
Pop Buck. Thank you so much for that mac and cheese. There are certain parts. There are certain parts to Thanksgiving that are an absolute must for me to feel like it's Thanksgiving. And here's the thing.
Okay.
In the absence.
Bottom line.
In the bottom line, in the absence of, you know, a big gathering, that mac and cheese kind of kept it together for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the little things that are the big things sometimes. And I have literally, I can't remember having better. He threw down. And the funniest thing was he was kind of walking us through the process, which I didn't really understand, but he put in work to make it happen. Thank you. Your family is thankful for your contribution because you made and kept Thanksgiving. It was delicious.
Ew.
Delicious.
That's very similar to your old man grumbles that you do randomly.
Listen, I grumble sometimes. It's been a grumbly
This man
year.
grumbles, y'all.
I'm a grumbler sometimes.
Like, ew.
Yeah. I went to Grumbling State University. Wow. Who caught that?
No, Sam. No, you're fired. Get out. You're fired.
Yo.
Anyway, so.
Who's on today's show?
I told you.
Oh, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, who is on today's show? Today we have Hanifa Shabazz, we have Oba Jackson, and we have Kyma. I'm telling you, this is going to be a great show because all of these people just have such great things to say. Like, I'm so excited.
I mean, Oba was outside the studio, so, you know, I'll say even now, that was a really cool experience.
I'm getting my tramp stamp, y'all.
Oh, wow. What's it going to say? Because I know you gave me an idea.
So Delaware.
That
right
would be,
on my back.
I'm so Newcastle. Oh, pew, 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 pew.
Oh, I know. Y'all need to come for him. Come for him. I know he
Come
didn't
at
say,
me, bro.
But wait,
Come at me,
there's different
bro.
parts of Newcastle.
There's different parts of Wilmington. Hanifa from, hold on. Now, see, I bring Hanifa with me because she's East Side and Southbridge. You don't want that.
But my stepdad.
You don't want that
I don't know where
smoke?
he's from, but where he from,
You don't want that smoke?
You don't want his smoke. Wherever stepdad, a big guy,
Yes.
And my fitness challenge, I am still working out. Woo, I actually could not.
One more high five.
Thank you.
I give it up where it's
Thank you.
due.
I couldn't fit this skirt that I'm wearing. It was too big. And honey, I'm thicker than a Snicker, okay?
I'm gonna just let that, because here's the thing, and I'm going to say it, okay? there are some thick Snickers out there who are offended by you trying to creep into their territory. You know what I'm saying? If you're thin, be that. Claim that. It's like I'm not gonna roll up in this piece and be like I'm chocolate.
I'm not thick with my cute self.
You are cute, but
and now we're about to go to good news with Desi.
Good news, Desi. Thank you. That was funny.
Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Desi, and it's time for Good News. Now, listen, you want to remember to follow us on DETVCH.com because you may hear your quote. Today's quote is coming from KentPow73 on Instagram, and it's the definition of peace. P equals positivity. E equals energy. A activates. C constant elevation. Put it all together. Positive energy activates constant elevation. And that's your definition of peace. It's your girl Desi, and that's your good news. Follow us on DETVCH.com.
Thank you for the good news, Desi. And now I'm excited for this segment.
Me too.
We get to talk to someone who is certainly
influential.
Her legacy in our town and state speaks for itself, and I don't even want to say anything else. You know, welcome, Madam President Hanifa Shabazz. Thank you for joining us on this.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I guess we should start with, what is next for you? There's your legacy speaks for itself, but what are you kind of cooking up for us right now? What do you have planned?
Well, first I'm going to take a long, badly needed vacation, staycation, go away, staycation, Belize kind of thing.
Self-care.
Yeah.
We're all about that here.
Do that and come back and really review and listen to the options that I have. I have planted several seeds of things going on. My passion is still my city of Wilmington and empowering my people and trying to make things right. So I'm waiting for my assignment.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are we allowed to talk about the seeds at all, or we want to keep those?
Sure. You
sure?
Gotta keep them watered.
Okay.
Well, let's talk about
If this is
her
please.
recent awards.
Yeah.
Were nationally recognized. Can you tell us about those?
Yes, I've had the honor and pleasure, oh my goodness, to receive, to be designated as 2020 Women of Excellence by the National Foundation of Women Legislators.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That was a surprise and very humbling receipt. But one that's really, really exciting to me as well is my receipt of the Mary Gordy Service Distinction Award from the National Black Caucus of Locally Elected Officials.
Wow.
Gotcha.
One of the largest constituency groups with the National League of Cities.
That's beautiful.
And so NBC Leo is my family. I've been involved with them for almost 15 of my 16 years in service.
Wow.
And served as the president the same year I became president of city council. The person before me lost his seat, and so I came into office earlier than anticipated. So I ran the city council for a year and the National Black Caucus local elected officials at the same time.
Wow.
So was I stressed?
Uh-huh.
But it really challenged me. Challenged me, and evidently I did a good job because they awarded me this award. So at least somebody thought I did a good job, huh?
You did. Planting seeds and being influential and shaping a city, that's definitely something to be proud of. So
thank you.
So let's get some of the seeds. Can we, let's throw some water on them. What are some options here that we have?
Well, one I'm working on right now that I think is essential from on a national movement of the work, looking into what reparations could look like. With President-elect Biden willing to look into systemic racial issues that we know is plaguing America, and Cory Booker and Representative Senator Sheila Jackson also is doing it on the federal level. You got the Black Caucus here in the state, being with African Task Force, all those Urban League, everyone's talking reparations. The city government has to also begin having a conversation. And it's just really already been had, just planting the seed of bringing a task force together to start looking at what that would look like for Wilmington. So I'm doing the resolutions going before council December 3rd.
Okay. That's this Thursday.
This Thursday, encouraging this council to see the value of pulling this task force together now, and then officiating it when the new council comes in and identifying who those persons would be and moving forward to the conversation.
Okay. So can I kind of, because I think even myself, like I'm pretty aware of how politics work, but like the really nitty gritty of how you get from point A to point B, I think a lot of people really don't get. So if the resolution passes, say on Thursday, what would the next step be from there? Does that make any sense?
The next step would be for determining who those 9 members of the task force will be.
So we're creating a task force for what for what reparations would look like.
Right. How would reparations be afforded to Wilmington coming from a federal level?
Got you.
Coming from a federal level, because we're talking about the federal level. Okay, we'll usually send resources or make changes down to the state. The state oversees a lot of our social services and everything.
Right.
Okay, so but we as local government have to tell them what that looks like. What do we need?
What do we?
We leave it all up to the state to determine what they want to give us.
Right.
I'm just not that kind of legislator. I think that we have a government here. We know we touch the people the most. So who else best to say this is what Wilmington needs? We already done what we act. We said educationally wise. You got West. You got the Urban League. You got the criminal justice reform. We got the housing. We're already looking at the inequities, okay, and the disparities. So we kind of know what's necessary to come from government, okay, to bring some equality. We're never going to get our 40-acre to move, nor are we going to get the interest on the $50 that was due us. But we can bring a even playing ground, give us the opportunity to do for ourselves.
Yeah.
To do for ourselves. And then, once that occurs, then it's a level playing ground.
Yeah.
Do
you have any thoughts about what specifically, in terms of some of your ideas, that what would be in sort of a reparations package for, I guess, Wilmington specifically?
Well, we kind of already started what a reparations package looked like. I mean, Jay, even your father going to court to getting the necessary. That's reparations.
No, that's a big deal. Yeah.
That's part of it. Okay, so now we do the same thing with housing. Now we do it for economic opportunities. Now we do it for, health care, the social services. The CDC report already stated that the services that's coming from the state has resulted in a traumatic issue, mental illness that's plaguing our youth that are
I was at that event.
In gun violence. So right there, reparations was, when we took that down to the General Assembly, they said, where's the money coming from? Well, everybody's concerned thinking they're going to give everybody an individual check. I'm saying give us the money to address these issues that are plaguing our community. Okay, and so then that brings about the reprimanding of a wrong done to a people. It's not giving us a check. So
right. I think that people, listen, I'm pretty sure that there will be conversation of a check being a part of it, but I think that people automatically just think reparations money. It's much bigger than that, as you just said.
And I'm one of those people, because I didn't understand what that meant, and breaking it down in that way is really helpful.
Well, first just look up the word reparations, see what the definition is, okay? It is an adjective about an act of what, and making amends for something was wrong to a people. Well, what is that amendment look like? That's the action that we, in the conversation that the task force can start to put together. We already got the data.
Right.
Look at all the, the WEX data, the CDC report, the Urban League State of Black Delaware. We already have the data. We just now need to come together with a collective, holistic plan that if we had a, fairy godfather named Joe Biden in the White House.
Listen.
Uncle Joe.
His home state is having these issues. If you don't take care of home, what do you do? So we need to be prepared. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Get prepared.
I see it the same way. We've talked about this as artists, because so from your side, you're trying to prepare for, President Biden, how you can sort of strike that hammer while it's hot. And we've been talking, artists need to be writing. You need to be prepared, because people are going to be here and there are going to be opportunities for at least the next 4 years that you can't miss out on.
Yeah.
Right, and we can't blame nobody but ourselves if we don't come together. If the issue is, well, who does the assignment? I don't care. Really, who does it? I just want somebody to do that, because I'm really a visionary. I'm one who.
How much have we talked about?
She's got vision. Oh, we ain't done that in a while.
I saw, I was blessed with the vision to see that we had an epidemic causing the violence. We tried before to deal with legislation dealing with guns, but that was too big of a lift. Can we control the mindset of our children? I think we can do that.
I think we can too.
I think so too. So let's control the minds of our children so they don't even see the want or desire or the solution to the issue is to get a gun. That's the work that I work on now. I saw that, but I asked, am I the one to do it? I reach out to all the other experts. We are now, one of the largest collection of grassroots organizations, but they use our network to even deal with COVID. I want to give a shout out to WCAC, Gwen and Dr. Smith for using our network to work along with the state and others to form the COVID-19 Community Mobilization Group. And so they were the ones who helped to make sure that we got the testing here in our community. So planted some seeds. Yes, seeds have been planted. I'm blessed to be that visionary, that farmer who plants the seed. But the farmer who plants the seed doesn't get the reward. It's the one who harvests it that usually gets the award. But those of us who are planters, that's our job and our role, to plant the seeds and pray that someone else. The African Festival, look, we planted. We did, so I'm grateful for where the Creator has led me and the things that I've done. And those who have listened and joined on with me, you starting to eat the fruit of the tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So let me take it way back on you. Where did you first start getting involved? You know what I mean? Like, what was your first sort of step in giving back and trying to create, the kind of city and community that we want to have?
Well, I think it all started when my ex-husband and I formed the bookstore.
Yeah.
The bookstore. And then, you can't be around all that knowledge of self and not consume it and it become part of you. And then after that, you get so much, you have to share it because you can't hold it all in.
Yeah.
So we shared it with the African Festival. And then with the festival, and I was telling you earlier how we started the drum beat, and that was working with Harmon Carey for his first African American history conference. And then we got the drum beat, and then we did the bookstore, the festival, and the festival required making money. So how do you make money? You sell fish at a festival. So I started selling fish. Wow. And I came up with a recipe of how the food that I was selling, the fish and the stir-fried vegetables. I'm known for that with my honey curry sunshine sauce.
Ooh, that sounds so good.
Is that an original recipe?
I'm hungry.
Yeah, they're all original.
Say it called a honey sunshine who?
Honey sunshine sauce.
Yeah,
wait,
honey
so
sunshine. I want some honey sunshine. Yes.
Good segue. Did you cook for Thanksgiving?
No. No.
She did not.
No.
That's a kick rocks. Nope. I love it.
Honestly, I'm a business. I have business mind. Like I said, I come up with ideas. I don't always be the one that's implementing them. So no, the restaurant was because I had a product and we had a market.
Okay.
And I'm also a businesswoman to my heart too. I get that from my father. But we had a restaurant. We had a building. We had a market. So we put the fish into Hanifa's Kitchen on Vanderbilt Avenue.
Wow.
So that just started things going, and don't ask me how, I don't even know how I always got to some of these paths. But there was a saying that I love that I had it on Facebook the other day, and it says that don't follow the path that's put before you, follow the path that's unpaved and leave a trail behind. Okay, something like that.
I love that.
Makes perfect sense.
Yes, it
So
does.
I not one to follow the given path. I always seem to be create one of my own. And when you are a pioneer, you get the arrows in your back, but you lay a path for others to come through and have a good quality life. And that's my just reward.
Wow. Okay.
The arrows in the back. That's deep. That's heavy.
Yes, that's very heavy. But before we wrap, we have 2 minutes, and I want to play.
I want more than 2 minutes. Go ahead, play your game.
You're not gonna get me in trouble.
I know, right?
You're not gonna,
Fine.
We're gonna play this or that. So you can't ask any extra questions. You have to pick one or the other. Real simple.
Okay.
Okay? And if she goes past 5 seconds, you gotta go beep.
Okay, I can beep. I can beep.
You can beep?
I can beep.
Let me hear you beep.
Beep.
All right, ready?
Ready.
Toast or eggs?
Eggs.
Cardio or weights?
Cardio.
Ice cream cone or snow cone?
Ice cream.
iPhone or Android?
iPhone.
Pop or indie?
Pop.
Swimming or sunbathing?
Swimming.
Football or basketball?
Basketball.
Jogging or hiking?
Jogging.
Laundry or dishes?
Neither.
There we go. That's a false question. That's a false question you presented to me. We have more than one option. Take that. My trail.
God.
My trail.
Okay, and just really quickly, we have this, I guess it's an initiative or call to action. We have something called I'm So Delaware. And basically it's to bring pride back to Delaware, because a lot of people, for some reason, think that you being from here means you're boring, or that being in Delaware is boring, and it's not. There are great people from here and that do great things here. So what makes you Delaware? What makes Delaware special for you?
I think what makes me Delaware is my creative spot, because Delaware is just booming with creative artists, renowned artists and creative folks. So I think being part of the creative vibe here in Wilmington, Delaware is what makes me Delaware.
I love that.
I like that. And you said you're an East Side girl. You were born on the East Side.
East Side, Southbridge.
No, I got
East
you.
Side of South.
East Side,
Listen,
Southbridge.
but you know the legacy of musicianship on East Side is as I'm in the middle of working on something, and I didn't know as much as I should about the caliber of artistry that comes from that small part of town. You know, it's amazing.
I
It
lived
really
on
is.
the side street from Clifford Brown, and I lived down the street from Millie Cannon.
Oh, wait.
From the Millie Cannon. So when I came to Southbridge, I could sit on my porch and hear the Cannon family singing.
My very first girlfriend in high school is Millie Cannon's granddaughter.
Wow.
They're going to continue this conversation.
This is Wilmington, you know.
Our next segment is with Oba Jackson from Push Tattoo Studio. Thanks
Shout out
again.
to Lem Winchester.
Southbridge for life.
Good morning, everybody. We are here, Nadj and Jea at Push Tattoo, owned by Oba Jackson. And we're about to open these doors and talk to him all about his business. All right, let's head in.
So thank you for allowing us to interview you in your studio, which is absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
Can you please tell us a little bit about how you got into art and into tattooing?
So I got my start in art. I come from an artistic family. My mom and my grandma were both artists. And in our family, they don't teach as much as they give you supplies and just want you to create your own voice. So I really, like, my mom and my grandma were great for that. And then I became a tattoo artist because I figured it was the best road to entrepreneurship.
What kind of artists were your grandma and your mom?
My grandma did animation and my mother does watercolor.
Wow.
So wait, your mom did animation?
My grandma.
Your grandma
My grandma.
did
Oh
my
animation?
gosh.
That, I mean, you talk about being ahead of her time.
Yeah, she's 70, she's 78.
Does she still do it?
She doesn't draw as much anymore, but she, like growing up, she just did everything. Like if you came to her house, she was working on cartoons by hand, like everything. My grandma is amazing. I wish I could get her to tattoo.
You know, can you explain to us what Push Tattoo is? Why'd you call it Push? And maybe describe your style if you can.
Okay, so Push Tattoo stands for Pray Until Something Happens. A lot of my friends were like pushing me to do this for a long time, and they're like, "Oh, but come on, you just need to do it." And I was like waiting for the right time. And I got married, and my husband was like, "Listen, you can go on my insurance, and you can stop working at your full-time job, and you can just pursue your dream right now."
That sounds like me. That sounds like me in my way.
We need to talk.
So, please tell us about the first time that you did a tattoo.
Well, okay. So the first time I did a tattoo, it was on my friend Tiana. She had a small heart on her wrist that she had let an apprentice do like 10 years before that. And she was like, "If you want, you can touch this up and make it better." And I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna try for my first tattoo." I had been training for about 6 weeks before I got there. Okay. You're supposed to train for 18 months. I trained for like 6 weeks. Wow. But I did my full apprenticeship, which was 18 months, but we were only 6 weeks in at this time. And I got the machine, got the gloves, got everything all set up, and I went to go tattoo her. And my hands naturally like are moving all the time, but when I draw or paint, they like study out perfectly. They did not study out this time. So the whole time I'm going in, I'm like,
Was it because you were nervous?
I was nervous as hell. I was like shaking because like painting on something that's disposable is fine, but once you go to someone's real skin, it's important that I feel like you put your best foot forward all the time. Like I always tell my staff to go, whenever you go into a tattoo, you go into that tattoo with 100% confidence and you give it the best that you can give every single time. So at that time, I hadn't had any tattoos before this, so it was like terrifying. And then it was my friend, so I knew I was gonna keep on seeing it. So I did the heart on her, and it was the shakiest heart. It probably was a little bit worse than the original heart that she had. But she was like, she literally looked at me and was like, this is trash. She said, this is trash, but I trust you enough to know that you will fix this. And then a year later, I put a portrait of her mom on top of it.
Wow.
Yep.
So what is like the gap that you kind of have to cross? Like, because you obviously can draw, so is it just kind of calming your nerves?
It is learning a completely new skill. When I first started tattooing, people kept likening it to drawing, and it wasn't working for me. I always could draw. I can do pretty much every medium, but likening this to drawing, it just wasn't computing in my head. It is because it was not drawing, it was painting, and that is what helped me so much. Like I took like a big leap in my career at the very beginning, because a pencil is one thing because it's straight, it's stiff, it's not moving. A paintbrush is moving the entire time. Like your paintbrush is doing all the different strokes, but then your wrist technique is also different than it would be when you use a pencil. My wrist technique is exactly the same way when I paint as when I tattoo.
And you were like, bingo.
But before I was trying to draw with it. So drawing is this, painting is this.
We have to ask, how have you coped during COVID?
It is interesting because everybody always asks that comes in here that are regulars and just see us wearing the mask. And I tell them, if your tattoo shop is at the standard that it should have been before COVID, you are completely fine through COVID. Because my job, my number one practice in my job is cleanliness and making sure things aren't cross-contaminated, which is the same thing with COVID. We do, only thing we do differently now is we make sure we get everybody that comes in information and we take everybody's temperature. And if they don't have a good enough mask or a face covering, we give them one that we have here. But those are the only practices we really change, because like my staff is continuously keeping their hands clean. When your gloves come off and you're done working, your hands get washed all the way up to your elbow. So the only thing the difference is just that. Like if your tattoo shop is clean like it's supposed to be, you really don't have that many worries. Like people were like, oh, I don't know if I want to come get a tattoo. And it's because they're used to that stereotypical dirty shop, like gross things. I'm like, my shop is not gross nor dirty. We are very well lit, so you can see everything in here. Ain't nothing crawling around. Thank you. Thank you.
Like I want this to be a home. Like this is where people should.
Like my goal was to make sure that everybody came in here and were comfortable when they come in. I've been to so many tattoo shops where I was not comfortable.
Yeah.
And I just want everybody to come in here and feel like they're at home and they can relax and they can touch things and not be like stressed out or nervous. Cause like you already gonna be put in the pain. Why would you want to be uncomfortable and in pain?
Right.
Like, cause don't let anybody tell you tattoos don't hurt. They do.
So are you from Delaware?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
What part of Delaware?
I am from, so I was born here at Wilmington Hospital. That does not exist anymore.
That's where I was born.
And then,
Y'all don't exist.
and then I grew up in Bear most of my life, and then when I became an adult. Yeah. Oh well, I lived in Lexington Green, right around the corner. Yep.
What high school did you go to?
Christiana.
You did?
Yep.
Oh wow.
Every artist is different, and you have your own thing. Like if someone wants to come to you, like what can they kind of expect? What's your thing? Like
if you are looking for a beautiful black woman or a beautiful portrait, that is what you come to me for. Right. So I remember my mentor saying, like, don't ever put yourself into a corner because you can do everything, this, and that. Those are the things I like to do. So you are going to get the best results from things I like to do. I'm going to put 100% into everything, but if you come to me for a black woman or a portrait of any age group, race, anything like that, those are the things I love to do. Like I've always painted portraits since I was 12, so doing faces is just becomes natural to me. So I just really appreciate the beautiful beauty of like black women and faces and diversity. So that's the things I specialize in.
I love that.
So why Delaware? So we have this thing on the show that we call I'm So Delaware. And it's basically to get people to understand that, yes, we're a small state.
But we're dope.
But we're dope. We have people here and things here that we should be proud of. So you're definitely one of those things and one of those people. And I want people to hear from you why you decided to stay when you are obviously world-renowned. Like, just looking at your space and speaking to you and knowing your background now, you decided to stay in Delaware and share all of this with us. Why is that?
Well, I'm so Delaware because I'm pretty sure if you're from here, you got a cousin named Ray Ray. One, I do. I have a niece named Ray Ray. But I have a thing in life that no matter where you are, the things that you're supposed to have will come to you. And if you plan your life right, you don't always have to move to do what you want. You just have to be the best at something. And a lot of people have this mentality where they're like, oh, I'm gonna go to a place like LA and I'm going to become super famous and I'm gonna do this. I don't feel like I need to move to LA to do anything like that. I'm not even trying to be a famous tattoo artist. I'm just out here trying to live my best life and make sure I provide for the clients that wanna come to me. If you want to come to Delaware, this is where I am, and I will give you what I can. I do guest spots wherever somebody requests me at, like especially after COVID, I'll probably do them more. But I don't think there's a reason for me to leave here. Like if you want to, like people travel for tattoos. This is an art. You would go somewhere to go get a painting. You could come here to get a tattoo. Also, I feel like when I finally decide to have kids or adopt a child, I feel like Delaware is a great place to grow up because I grew up here. And I feel like I know everything about this place, so I could trust my kid to be out here in this world. Where I don't know everything about if we move to a DC or a Florida or something. I don't know everything about that. We ain't gonna go to Florida. I'm super good on that, but also I know that me being a man of color, my child will most likely be a person of color, and I can navigate this world a little bit better than I can navigate any other world for that child and for their safety.
So, little fun. Favorite place to eat in Delaware?
Lafayette.
Listen, I'm not trying to just, big you up, but we are on the same page about many things.
I love Lafayette.
Lafayette is everything. It's so good. Why can't I be happy?
I need him to love me,
not
you.
I don't understand. I'm not trying to get love. I'm giving love to you because I agree with your whole philosophy. Thank you.
Sam, get him out of here.
Why?
All right. Favorite place to shop in Delaware? For clothing. I know.
Is this a struggle? Is this a missing thing? This is a missing piece. Who's gonna bring it down here?
If you had to.
Oh, it's a struggle question. That's the hardest question you've been asked the past 6 months. We got gaps.
I'm like racking my brain right now. Yo, you ever been in the sales section and you like going through the sales section? That's what my brain is doing, trying to figure out what. Okay, so the one thing that Delaware is missing is a outlet for men's fashion.
So, whoever has some great ideas for men's fashion, we know that the gap is, let's fill that gap.
Okay.
Fill the gap for us, but like not at the gap.
Okay. Favorite date spot?
Oh, wow. That's a hard one.
Date on a budget spot?
Home. Home. Let me tell you what we do. Let me tell you what me and my husband do. We will order food from somewhere and we will stay home and watch Netflix because I am not trying to mingle with these people out here because people are full crazy. I'm not trying to argue about you not having no mask on. So we just stay home and we hang out and we watch movies. Like sometimes like my staff will come over and we'll watch TV because those are the people that I'm around all day anyway. So we try to keep like a really close circle of our like certain friends like Talia.
Your work family?
Yeah, my work family. Talia get a COVID test like every 2 days. So it's like, I know she can come over. I get one like every week. So so I just try to make sure. We stay home.
So what are we going to put on you? What kind of
Oh, but you know what? Before though, we used to like to go to Maker Alley.
Okay.
We could just go there any time of the day, go get a couple drinks, eat, go home, hang out outside.
That is a nice spot. I've been seeing a lot of posts. Don't they have the outside heaters?
Yeah, they have the outside heaters.
Okay. I have a lot of kids, so unfortunately I can't really mingle like
Where'd
that.
they come from?
Thank you. But we need to wrap. We can do this all day.
Where did these kids
But
come
we are
from?
so thankful.
Are you ready for your tattoo? You ready to get a tattoo?
I'm getting my tramp stamp, honey.
Oh my God!
Oh
my God!
I'm so Delaware.
Oh my God! Please, 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 please. That would be. Please let me talk you out of it.
Would you do that if she was like, I'm really?
Stop. We gotta go. We got to go.
That's a hard no.
I talk. Oh my God! If y'all hear the shit I talk people out of, if you hear the tattoos I talk people out of, they be like, "You're not gonna do it." I'm not going to do it.
Wow.
Well, thank you so much.
No problem.
You are amazing, and
Thank you, guys.
the spot, the studio is amazing. If you have not been here, call first. Check out the Instagram and just fall in love like we have. Thank you again, and we'll see you after COVID.
Yes, you'll see me after COVID, and you can see my smile.
Yeah.
It's nice, but it's always underneath this dumbass mask.
See ya.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Oba, for allowing us to come hang out. Wow. Like, so much talent, so much personality, so much color.
And the wow's about to continue.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm so excited.
I mean, the person
Oh my God.
that we're about to have on, you talk about wow.
I know.
I don't know if you paid attention to this.
I don't know if you understand.
I don't know if you understand.
I just don't think you
There's certain people when they walk into the room
that I'm in love with.
That you're in love with, and the vibe literally changes.
Walks with it, and
literally.
okay.
It's like a little glow.
She brought the vibe with her. She was like, "Come on,
and she
vibe."
brought her vibe and the vibrations. It's like a whole group. The vibe and the
Wait.
vibrations walked in the room.
She had vibrations.
She's,
Come on.
I shimmy
come
when I
on.
vibrate. You know what I'm saying? I shimmy like that. You know what I mean? But you definitely
embarrassing her.
That's fine.
Don't
but
be embarrassed.
you have to do the formal
So
introduction.
today, oh my God, we have the pleasure of having Kyma in the studio with us, who just dropped her debut single, I Love Myself. And when I tell you that she is a phenomenal person, a visionary, vision. She is loving and caring and just all the way, like, just the bomb. Like, we're so blessed. We're blessed. So, Kyma, thank you for coming and being a part of this foolishness.
Hi.
How do you
Thank
feel?
you for having me. I feel good.
You look beautiful.
Thank you. So do you.
So should
Jay.
Hi.
He
Hi.
aight. He aight.
You know you're one of my favorite people.
Stop.
Okay, fine.
Stop.
Why
you
do we
tried
have to be?
You tried this with Oba. I don't have time for it.
You know, friends can be shared. Okay, this is what we learn in kindergarten. You can share. All right.
So tell us about the inspiration behind I Love Myself.
So I Love Myself kind of happened organically through my personal self-love time, which is my morning meditations. I've been meditating for about 6 years now, especially in the morning. That's how I like to start my day. So oftentimes, like through meditation, I'll just start singing. And this was one of those songs that kind of came out of me after a really good meditation. So, yeah.
When, like, how long ago did you write the song?
I think so. And what I would do is I would get my phone and record myself singing. So I actually found the original recording to this, and I made it in 2017.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. So I know that we've kind of talked about your meditation processes when you do my podcast, but so when you were starting this song, or when it started to kind of come to be, was it a silent meditation where you were just like, how did it start to flow, if you will?
So usually what would happen is I would go into meditation, which is, silent time. For me, I focus on my breath when I meditate. So really just breathing, deep breathing, and just that quiet silence. And coming out of it, I would usually, at times, start singing. And I usually would have instruments around me. I'm a big lover of sounds, period. So I collect different sounds. So a lot of my meditation music I made on a little tiny djembe, which you're probably familiar with that little djembe.
Listen, I got so much to say, but go ahead. Yeah.
So I just upgraded to an adult-sized djembe recently. But yeah, I would just start playing on my djembe, and that would just kind of come out. Yeah.
So can you tell the world what the meaning of the song is for them? or what it should be, what it should mean to them?
So for me, the song should inspire you to want to love yourself more, you know, in whatever way that feels good to you. I think there's levels to self-love, so we all come into it, you know, in different ways. But I think once you take that deep dive into the self-love pool, you keep wanting to add and add and add and add more and more things. And then it spans out to different areas of your life. So usually for self-love, it starts out with like physical. So you want to get massages, you want to take that bubble bath, you want to, you know, pour you a glass of wine, which are all things people tell me they want to do when they hear the song. And then hopefully that will expand into you meditating and praying more and, you know, focusing in on your spirit, on your emotional wellness, your mental wellness, going to a therapist, however that expands for you. But that's I want people to just start somewhere with their self-care.
The first time I heard the song was on your One Love, One Heart program, which is for kids. So I think that in itself really speaks to, I love music that can hit you at any level. It's not too old or too young for anyone. And obviously an adult can listen to it and kick back and have do whatever works for them with the vibe. But you presented it, you know, literally for preschool kids.
Yes.
And that's my first association with it.
And his children are now obsessed with you.
Completely.
And I them.
You know that they still sing all those songs from that stuff.
Yes.
So, you know.
And I'm glad you brought that up because that is another very like little plot of mine with this song is that I don't think parents always realize that their children are all ears when they're listening to music. And so a lot of times children are hearing like the craziest things now.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to make this as well for the adults to listen to, but knowing that there's a child in the background that's soaking this up and that won't have to spend their whole lifetime figuring out that they need to take care of themselves.
Right.
Beautiful.
That they will just know this because in the back of their subconscious, they're hearing, I love myself.
And Yara's like that.
Listen.
When Yara heard this song, oh my, yours and Maya's song, she loves them.
My boy, I have a boy and he's a boy's boy. And this, however, he went, Funga, Lafia, I say, slamming the table. But it's in his brain.
Oh,
like
yes.
you can't, it's just stamped in there. And it's a beautiful
Exactly.
thing, you know?
If we're going to have something stamped in the baby's heads, this is definitely the song to do
Yeah.
that. Like,
Absolutely.
we need that stamped.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
So is this part of a whole EP, the song? Or it is, correct?
It is.
So
I feel like EP is so like, this is more than just that. Everything that Kyma touches is glitter and unicorns and mermaids. So don't
Definitely
offend her
mermaids.
with that.
why is that an offensive term?
Because it's so
That's
little.
your connotation.
No,
it's not little.
So little. Her gift from the gods that she's giving us. There we go. That's more.
So tell us about your gift from the gods, please. How many songs are on your gift from the gods?
So this project is like kind of, and I'm calling it a project now because when I first went into this, it was just like, let me just put a little bit of my tiny little mantras on a little CD, and you know, but getting in the studio with Ishmael, Nadj's husband, has been like, I don't know, like it's just turning into like a whole full out project.
Oh, so you're still in the process of creating this gift from the
I'm still
gods.
creating
Right.
this project, yes.
Can you two talk about just the process, you know, because I know that you guys had like some late nights working on this song in the studio. Can you guys talk about that at all, or?
I mean, if we must.
You must. It was a request, but I really am interested in the process that you go through to create what you create, because everyone's different.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it started out with me calling Nadj Jea.
Yeah.
I don't know, like in the summer.
Yeah.
In the summer. And just being like, Naja, because I know this is what she does, and she does it well.
Barely, no.
I was like, I need someone to hold me accountable. I know this about myself. I need someone to hold me accountable. So I was like, I want to make this project. You know, can you help me? Can you just hold me accountable? That's it. So we had little Wednesday night dates with each other. We would get on the phone and just talk. And yeah, it was just like, and Naja was like real business with it. Like, okay, so send me all the names of your songs, all the lyrics, email it to me. I'm like, goodness gracious. But she held me accountable. She held me accountable. And then we kind of dragged Ish into the studio. And yeah, so the night this song in particular was recorded, the whole family was in the studio.
The whole baby, like
whole
kit and caboodle.
Yes.
Continue. This is beautiful.
With the pack and play and the whole.
Like everybody would sleep on the floor.
Yes,
like we
the
had
whole nine.
Elmo going. We had snacks.
But how unique is that? I mean, that's really cool
It
and
takes
really
a village.
awesome.
Yes.
It takes a village.
But that's a whole experience that
Well,
you don't
and I
really
remember saying to Naja, like, don't try to find a babysitter. Like, no, like that's not the feel of this music. This music is heart. It's all heart. So bring the babies,
because you
have
your
them
hearts,
there.
You're surrounded by your hearts.
Yeah. So.
And let me just put this out there. Don't call me. Don't y'all call me for accountability. Don't y'all call me about coming in the studio, okay? I love Kyma. Don't call me. I'm just putting that out there. But I want us to get you to perform, because I think it's one thing to talk about the song, but it's another thing to hear it and be a part of it. So her performing it is really going to give everyone that's watching the full beauty behind it. So can you please give us the full everything?
Yeah. There's only one me, a perfectly unique expression of love. I love myself. There's only one me, a perfectly unique expression of love. I love myself so much. I love myself so much. I love myself. There's only one me, a perfectly unique expression of love. I love myself. There's only one me, perfectly unique of us were not taught how to love ourselves. In fact, most of the time, the people responsible for caring for us create the illusion that we are unlovable. Choose in this moment to always love yourself first, and your whole life will change in an instant. I love myself so much. Love is me, 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 love is me. Love is me. Love is me. Love is me. Love is me.
Kyma, thank you for sharing your gift to Wilmington, and just to life in general. I really mean that. So today was a really fun day for me.
Oh my gosh, it was. It was a good, fun-filled, packed, wonderful, loving day.
Shout out to Oba.
All of our artists and Hanifa, you know, because I always feel like I learned so much. Yes, the honorable. I always feel like I learn so much whenever we have people who are in politics on, because I'm just like,
yeah,
politics, what?
But I don't think that you're that far outside of what most people know, and it's just good to have them on to educate us all on the process and what they're working on, and kind of to start to bring everybody into that fold as much as possible, because it matters, you know.
Yes, it
and
does.
It's cool to watch you kind of learn that stuff too.
So, thank you all again for tuning in. I don't know what episode this is, but
we'll see you on Wednesday.
We're gonna see you on Wednesday. Make sure you check out everybody's Instagram, Facebook. Their tags should be in the graphics, right? We should be okay. Good. And tomorrow is Giving Tuesday. I am choosing to highlight March of Dimes. If you'd like to donate to a charity organization, March of Dimes helps to support children and mothers affected by premature births. And as you know, my babies were preemies, so this is near and dear to my heart. So tomorrow, look for a charity to give to. And yeah, have a wonderful Monday.
See you guys later. Thank you.